climb every mountain, I'd move countries for you. I'd have followed your footsteps and then start dreams with baby. You broke us. Hey honeys, how you doing today? I'm queen of the fucking world, at least queen of my own fucking world, which is what you definitely should be. And obviously this is a non-binary term, queen, because none of us need it to be waited to be rescued. So in today's episode of Strippers Book Club, I'm going to sing a little song, which I wrote. And also I'm going to take on the next bit of, we're looking at the calendar letters, which are a series of letters between Robert Burns, the great Robert Burns, who wrote Old Lang Syne and many other great songs and poems, and also Nancy Agnes Craig. So I started yesterday, but you don't need to catch up, we'll just be going on. So let me have a little song for you. Now, Nancy Agnes, her name was, everyone called her Nancy, but she was Agnes Burns. She was being flirted with by kind of the coolest man of her generation, especially because in Scotland in the late 18th century, and when she moved to Edinburgh, she was super excited to meet him, and then he started throwing himself at her. But at which point she wrote him a letter and said, well, a poem, and said, "Talk not to me of love, because love has been my foe. It bound me in an iron chain and plunged me deep in woe." Nancy was not having any of that romance stuff, and you know why? Because she'd already thought she'd already found her prince once. And don't forget, this is 200 odd years ago, when women were rarely educated, but she'd been lucky and got some education. And she was so bright and so beautiful. Apparently she had massive eyes. And then she met a guy called James. Now everyone, her daddy and Lord Craig, who was her cousin, were like, "Don't go near James, he's just a bad boy." And she listened. But she was kind of flirty. And then James, well, he found out that Nancy was going to get on a coach and go all the way from Glasgow in Scotland all the way to Edinburgh, which 230 years ago, 40 years ago, kind of took more than a few hours. So James did the kind of ancient version of Instagram stalking. No, he basically went and booked every seat on that little coach. So when Nancy got on the coach, she found it was just her and James for hours together, which is cool, right? So by the time they got to Edinburgh, they were engaged to be married. Her daddy was like, "No, this is a bad idea." So was Lord Craig. But she's like, no, I found my prince. Oh my God, he's so cool. No, honey. So she got married and thought this was it. Unfortunately, he drunk. He went to Debtor's prison. He was mentally abusive. They had 4 children, one of which died quite early on. And when she then tried to leave him, he briefly took the kids off her, although she managed to get them back. My God, I mean, you know, you're talking crazy behavior here. And then he had some lands out in Jamaica. So eventually he went and sailed all the way off to Jamaica, leaving her in Edinburgh with the kids. Luckily, she had a pretty rich cousin, Lord Craig, and her daddy had also left her some money. But this is why when Robbie Burns came at her, she was a bit like, "I'm not sure I want to deal with love." So this is a little song. I'll be carrying on with a bit more Robbie and Nancy tomorrow in Strippers Book Club, because this whole series about educating ourselves about great loves and lives, whether they're whatever the terms you want to put it, whether it's a straight relationship, an LGBT relationship, a non-binary relationship, because actually love is love, and this is all about that, and all trusting to appreciate our own beauty and sexuality however we were born. That's why we're doing it. So here's a little song I wrote called "You Broke Us," which is definitely how I guess Nancy was thinking when she got so excited about this guy James. Let me step back a bit. I'm going to step into my amp down the back here. So this is definitely home room, low hit kit. Okay, so you can see my guitar. I'd have climbed every mountain for you. I'd have moved countries for you. I'd have traveled on highways and danced old dreams with baby. You broke us. Didn't just break me, you broke us. The beauty of us is gone. The cocoon of passion and love, you broke us. That's why this morning every breath that I take's like a sharp stabbing pain in my heart. The pain is cutting the love out of me, 'cause we can't exist if we're not both free. You didn't just break me, you broke us. The beauty of us is gone. The cocoon of passion and love, you broke us. In sickness and health, I'd had your back, holding your hand as we traveled and danced. For richer and poorer, I'd have been there for you. I'd have been there, yeah, 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 yeah. You didn't just break me, you broke us. The beauty of us is gone. Cocoon of passion and love, you broke us. Thank you, honeys. I'll be back tomorrow with Strippers Book Club. Have a great day.